Good morning, students. I believe you are set for today's class. I believe you are ready with your writing materials, your notebook, your pen, and your textbook. Please don't be distracted in any form. Yes, let's remind ourselves of what we've done in the last class. That was word problems leading to simultaneous linear equations. We've done justice to that. We've solved several questions, examples here and there, and I've given you assignments. I believe all assignment has been submitted to this email. Do so if you've not done that. Now, what do we have for today? What we have for today is another topic before us, which we'll be considering in this class. Formulae, substitution and change of subjects. Formulae, substitution and change of subjects. Now let's look at the lesson outline. This, what do we have? The lesson objectives rather. At the end of this lesson, you must be able to understand, or you must be able to grab how to substitute values in a formula, how to change the subject of a formula. Then how to interpret word problems leading to change of formula. Now, formulae and substitution. A formula is an equation with letters which stand for quantities. I come back again to it. A formula is an equation with letters which stand for quantities. For example, the circumference of a cycle, C equals 2 pi r. We know that the pi is always a constant and your r is the radius. So this is the formula to find the circumference of a cycle, which is C equals 2 pi r. And this is an example of a formula, because the formula will always be an equation with letters which stand for quantities. R stands for what? Radius. C stands for what? Circumference of a circle. Now, let's look at another one, which is still under formulae and substitution. In science, I equals V over R. This is taken from Ohm's law. That is Ohm's law of electricity. This is from Ohm's law. I equals V over R, which is the formula to show the relationship between current, voltage, which is in volts, and resistance, which is in ohms, in an electrical circuit. We are not interested in all this, but what we are interested in is the formula. The formula, and we say that formula is an equation with letters that stands for quantities. I represents current, which is in amps. V represents voltage, which is in volts. Then R represents resistance, which is in ohms. And this takes place in an electrical circuit. Now we move on to the next one, which is in arithmetic. Everybody know this. This is from simple interest. Simple interest. I equals PRT over 100. This is the formula to find the simple interest. We have I as the interest, then the P as the principal gained, then it is invested at the rate. R is rate in percent, and your T is the time, which is in years. Per annum, is always in years. So this is an example of a formula. This is an example of a formula having letters I, P, R, T, and each letter stands for a particular quantity. I is for interest, P is for principal, R is for rate, and T is for time. Time is very, very important. Please take note. Now, Note, sometimes the same letter can stand for different quantities in different formulae. True or false? True. For example, I stands for current in the science formula. Let's go back to that. Okay, let's go back to that. Now we have I here, and we also have another I. We have I here, and we also have another I here. Then we have R here. Then we also have another R here. Now, in science, this I represents what? The current. That is why when you are writing out your formula, you must spell it out. You must state it out. Because 2 or more letters can represent different quantities when it is not defined, when it is not stated out, when it is not explained. So that is what this point is saying, that sometimes the same letter can stand for different quantities in different formulae. Then I stands for current. Then in the next one, which is in arithmetic, I stands for interest. So if you just write I'll be like, I'm confused. You do not state it. It's not defined. On what do you define your I? Now we have R. R here is for resistance, which is in ohms. R here is for rate, which is in percentage. Do you see? So a lot of confusion when it comes if it is not well defined. Now, for example, I think I've explained that. Now, formulae is the plural form of formula. This is English. Substitution. To substitute in a formula means to replace letters by their values. Take note. To replace. To replace. To replace. To replace. To replace letters by their values. This makes it possible to calculate other values. That one is very, very simple. Okay, maybe you can have, you have I equals PRT over 100. Now, you can be asked, okay, find I when P is 2,000 naira, R is 5%, T is 10 years. You can easily find that. That is the meaning of substitution. That is by putting a value to replace the letters in the equation or in the formula. Let me use formula because that's what we're looking at. Now, having understood substitution, which is to replace letters by their values. Now, let's look at some examples. A gas at a temperature of theta degrees Celsius has an absolute temperature of Tk, where T equals theta plus 273. Okay? The first question, we are to find the absolute temperature of a gas at a temperature of 68 degree. At 68 degree. At 68 degree. Then, question 2. If the absolute temperature of a gas is 380 Kelvin, find its temperature in degree Celsius. This is a very, very technical question and it's very, very easy. Okay, let's see how it goes. Solution. Okay. Now, first write out the formula. T equals theta plus 273. This is when you want to when you want to calculate the temperature in Kelvin state. Are you getting me now? Now, the question says we are to find the absolute temperature of a gas at a temperature of 68 degree Celsius. 68 degree Celsius. What's the meaning of that? Okay. Now, a gas at a temperature of theta degrees Celsius has an absolute temperature of Tk. This is written as Tk. What is the meaning of Tk? That is temperature in Kelvin. That is what we mean. Temperature in Kelvin. That's the meaning of that. Okay, we have to find the absolute temperature of a gas at a temperature of 68 degrees. Now, the first thing you do is you write out your parameters. What is your theta? Your theta is 68 degrees. Then you can now solve. T equals, you have T equals theta plus 273. That will be 68 plus 273, which is T equals 68 plus 273. That should give us 68, which is 1, this is 13, that is 14, 340, this is 341 Kelvin. This is like converting from degree to Kelvin. This is the formula that you will use. Okay. Now, the next question, if the absolute temperature of a gas is 380 Kelvin, find its temperature in degree. Okay. Let me just demarcate this thing. Don't forget, T equals theta plus 273. Yes or no? Now, you've already been given your T to be 380. That is 380 equals theta plus 273. Now, what you're looking for now is theta. That is theta equals 380 minus 273. And that is theta equals, don't forget to put the unit of 380 minus 273. Do you see the way I'm doing my own? 7. This will be 0. Then this will be what? 1. That is 107. 107 degree Celsius. The question says in degree. So that is degree Celsius. Okay. I believe you understand what we did in example 1. Now, example 2. The formula W equals VI gives the power, W is in watts, used by an electrical item when a current of I amps flows through a circuit of V volts. An air conditioner on maximum power needs a current of 25 amps in a 120 volt circuit. Find the power being used. Find the power being used. And your power is in watts. What is your formula? Solution. What is your formula? W equals VI. Your I is the current and your V is the volt. What is the power? That will be W equals, your V is 120. Then multiply by 25. 120 multiplied by 25 will give us what? Use your calculator and do that. Your answer will be in watts. Okay. Now, the next thing is an electric bulb. This is for question A. For question B, an electric light bulb is marked 100 watts, 240 volts. Find the current required to light the bulb. Find the current required to light the bulb. Write out your formula first. W equals VI. Abi? So you've been given your W to be 100 watts. Your V 240. And you are asked to find I. So just divide both sides by 240. 240. That will be I equals, this will cancel this. That will be 2 here, 5, 2 here, 12. That is 5 over 12. Don't forget to put the unit, amps. Okay. Okay. It's clear, right? Another question. We have to find the values of y when x equals 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 6. Just follow. Y equals 3 minus x. Now, when x is 1, what is y? Y equals 2. Then next, when x is 2, what is y? Y equals 1. Next, when x is 3, what is y? Y equals 0. When x is 4, what is y? That will be 3 minus 4, which is what? Minus 1. When x is 5, y is what? Minus 2. When x is 6, y is minus 3. That's all. Note, the working and result in example 3 can be set more neatly in the table of values as shown below. Okay, I'll give you this. Draw out the table of values. Draw out the table of values on your own. When there is x, you have a corresponding value of y. And x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just be putting all those values. What is the value of x what is the value of y when x is 1? 2. When x is 2, 1. Just put it like that in that table. The next one is, if y equals 2x minus 5, make a table of values of y for, okay, I will do this one. What do we have? This is x. X is minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And this is y. So when x is minus 1, I'm going to have minus 7. When x is 0, minus 5. When x is 1, minus 3. When x is 2, minus 1. When x is 3, 1. When x is 4, 3. That's all. Okay? So you can just repeat it here because of the space. I'm sorry. This is x. This is y. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, then 4. So we have minus 7, minus 5, minus 3, minus 1, 1, 3. Right, this is 3. Okay. Now let's look at another example. The weekly cost, C naira, of running a household of n people is given by the formula. Just take note of the formula. We have C equals 180 plus 450. Sorry, there's an error here. It is the weekly cost, C naira, of running a household of n people is given by the formula C equals 180n. There's a particular n here. It's 180n. Sorry, that's a mistake. Now find the weekly cost. That's question 1. Find the weekly costs. Find the weekly costs for 5 people. That means your n is what? 5. You know, we have C to be 180n plus 450. Okay. When n is 5, that will be C equals 180 multiplied by 5 plus 450. That will be the cost of 5 people. That will be 180 multiplied by 5. That should give us 900. So that will be 1,000. Is it in naira? Okay, it's in dollar. We have 1,350. This is 900. Yes, that's correct. Now, sorry. How many people are there if the weekly cost is 1,170? 1,170. Okay, this is for question B now. If you are having the cost C to be 1,170, you want to know the number of your this thing. That will be 180n plus 450. So collect the like terms. That will be 180n equals, that will be 1,170 minus 450. 1,170 minus 450. This will be 0. This will be 2. 720. Right? This will be 720. That means you are looking for n. 720 divided by 180. And this will give us 4. So that means 4 people will be needed to have this cost, 1,170. Is it clear? Is it 4? Yes, it's 4. Okay, let's move on. From a height of this, okay, we have the formula. This is the formula. Don't forget we are talking about formula and substitution, and we've been doing that since. Okay, now this is the formula. The formula is 2d squared equals 25h. From what height is it possible to see a distance of 10 kilometers? What is your d? Your d is 10. That is 10 kilometers. And your formula is 2d squared equals 25h. What height? So that means continuation. This is continuation of A. Just insert your 10. That will be 2 multiplied by 10 squared equals 25h. So, and this will be 100, 200. That will be 200 divided by 25. And this will give us what? 8. 8 meters is in meters. Your height is in meters. Okay. What distance can be seen from a height of 18 meters? What is the distance that can be seen from the height of 18 meters? You know, you have, this is B. You have your formula to be 2d squared equals 25h. From the height of what? From the height of 18 meters, that will be 2d squared. 25 multiplied by 18. Then divide both sides by 2. 2. That means d squared equals, this is 9. Right? 25 multiplied by 9. That will be 45. That will be 25 multiplied by 9. That will be 5. 4. This is 18. 18 plus 4. That will be 225. That will be 225. So the square root of 225, that will be 15. That is d equals 15 kilometers, because d is in kilometers. D is in kilometers. Right? Yes. Someone will ask me that a square root will carry plus or minus. Distance can never be negative. So distance must be positive. That is why we have that. Now, I think you understand what I just explained. We've talked about formulae, different formulas. And we've discussed about substitution, and we've solved several problems. Write out the formula given first. Write out the formula given first. Then write out all the parameters given. Then look for the ones that you are looking for. That is the unknown that you don't know. Look for them. Just as we've done. We already know that n equals 5. Just put it. Just insert. Just replace the letters with values. And that was all we did. Do you see? That was all we did. We'll be writing out the formulas. We'll be writing out your parameters. And just fix in. Replace the letters with the values and solve. So, do you see? 2d squared equals 25h. What is our d? We already know it. 10 kilometers. but our h we don't know. Put the value of your d, then divide both sides by 25, and you get your what? Your h. And that was what we did here, 8 meters. Then here, you've been given h to be what? This is 9. You've been given h to be 18, and you have 2d squared equals 25 multiplied by 18. Divide both sides by 2. So that will be 9. 25 times 9 will give us 225. Then d squared, what is that number that when you multiply twice, that will give you 225? That is 15. That's how we got 15 kilometers. We've been able to deal with different formulae, both in sciences and normal arithmetic, and we've been able to do the subject of substitution, and that has been the focus of this particular lesson. I believe you enjoyed the lesson. Now, for your further, okay, these are the exercises that you need to do. If y equals 5 minus x, find the values of y when x equals 1 to 9, then use this formula. Just follow the examples and you'll be fine. Okay, for your further readings, you can just go to your New General Mathematics for book 3. That will be page 53. Then your STAM Mathematics book 3. So you check them out. Formulae, substitution, and change of subject of the formula, change of subject of the relation. Thank you very much. I believe you've grabbed one thing or the other in this class. Check the examples once again and solve all exercises. Not only this, even the ones inside your textbook, and get back to me via this mail. Thank you very much. Stay safe. God bless.